Welcome to an all-new Nerds to Men. I am Brad Reed. I am joined by my best friend, my homie, my rival at the same time, my supervillain rival. Like, I'm the Joker, you're Batman.
Hey, I'm cool with that.
But we
I just wish I had Batman's money though.
Yeah. Hey, before we get into
oh, by the way,
it's
Cameo. It's Cameo.
Yeah, that's right. It is Cameo. People know. They know. I hope they know. Anyway, before we get into all that, I know you haven't read it yet, but we're not going to get into it. But I want to tell you, the Three Jokers, the second book or the second issue came out I don't think it was this past week. I think it was the week before. I downloaded it and then I read it this week. Dude, you got to read it for one.
Okay.
For two, they have got to make an animated movie out of this.
Yeah.
Dude, it is good. I mean, I'm not, I don't know. I don't think I'm like as much of a comic book aficionado as some people, Mm-hmm. And, whereas I might say, man, this is awesome. Somebody else would be like, this is stupid,
Right.
But that's everything, right? I mean, so I was
just like this OU Texas game.
Oh yeah. Any way you could turn that down a hair?
Yeah, I'm turning it down right now.
I just realized that I can hear it. And although I'd like to hear what's going on, I also don't want to get flagged by YouTube.
That's also true. Yeah.
So Three Jokers, I'm just going to recommend that right off the bat here in the show. Everybody who hasn't read it, pick it up and read it. It's really good. I like I said, I feel like this is going to be a animated movie eventually because so far it's just I'll tell you the plot outside of the show if you want to know.
Yeah.
But I mean, once you see it, I think you're going to feel like me because you like a lot of the same characters that I like. And so yeah, but definitely read that book, Cameo, because we got to discuss it coming up.
All right, and speaking of animated DC films, Death in the Family movie is coming out Tuesday.
It's coming out this Tuesday?
Yep.
Okay, so is this Death in the Family or Death of the Family?
Death in the Family.
So this is the one where people get to choose whether Robin lives or not in the movie.
Right.
That's cool. So do you remember when all that went down, or were you a little too young for that?
No, I remember it. I just, again, I didn't really read Batman comics.
Right.
The only Batman comics that I did read at the time were the animated series ones. So obviously they had the animated series show, but they also had the comic book that went along with it. And I had that. But yeah, that was mainly the only, Batman stuff that I read. And I can't remember if they even alluded to the Red Hood from when I, while I was reading. So I don't know, it might have happened after I stopped.
But I think Red Hood came pretty much, later after Death in the Family and all that. Because Death in the Family was 80s, wasn't it? Like late 80s, early 90s, maybe. I feel like it was the 80s because I was a kid reading that stuff. But and I barely I don't think I voted. I don't think I ever I don't remember if you called in or whatever because I probably would have got my butt spanked. It was probably one of those 1-900 numbers. I don't know if you could free vote back then on this one. I don't know how that worked. I would bet though that they probably had a way of charging people.
Yeah,
but
they always do.
Yeah. So, but just so you know, I'm really looking forward to that. I didn't realize it was out this Tuesday. So is it available to rent first and then it'll be, is anybody watching the DC network anymore? How does that even work?
Yeah, I'm not doing it.
I know the Killing Joke, the animated movie is on HBO Max, but it's coming to Netflix next week or something.
Yeah, I think the 15th it said.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Dude, DC Universe, I'm done.
Yeah.
I mean, there's really no point.
Well, listen, if you like Jason Todd, if you like the Joker, if you like the Red Hood, read the Three Jokers.
Okay.
Good,
all right.
Good stuff. Really good.
Yeah,
stuff.
I definitely want to read it. Yeah.
Yeah, that's good. All right. So just in general, I wanted to talk to you for a sec. Every week we kind of talk, or every couple weeks when we do the show, but we kind of talk about what's going on in the world. And, we had talked about Chadwick Boseman last show, right?
Right.
And, when he passed, the week after he passed, like the Monday, I was supposed to have a colonoscopy that week. Because my mom had colon cancer twice, and she lived, but she was in stage 4 both times. And so what they typically want to do is have you, if you are in a risk, I guess, because your parents had one, they want you to have one like 10 years before like the time that they got it. Well, I put it off. I put it off. So I'm at the age now that she was when she got it. But yeah, so I was supposed to have a colonoscopy that Monday, but I had got sick because of some of the medicines that they had, put me on. And, it's a revolving door of different medicines and stuff right now.
Right.
So, but so I, when he passed, I was like, oh my gosh, that made me really like, man, I should go get this colonoscopy done,
Right.
Well, it sounds like I was on top of things. I wasn't. Last week they called me and they were like, so we rescheduled it. And I was like, oh, okay, cool. So it's coming up this Monday, like today's Saturday when we're recording it. So I'll have it this Monday. So yesterday I had to go get a COVID test in advance of this procedure. It was like a drive-through COVID test. Now, Cameo, have you had a COVID test yet?
No.
So I've like Kelly Gregg. Do you know who he is? He played at OU, then he played for the Baltimore Ravens. I worked with him over at the franchise.
Oh, okay.
I think I've pointed him out like at Comic Cons and stuff because he loves that stuff. He takes his kids, he takes his children. And I think maybe one time I told you, hey, that's Kelly Gregg. He's a football player. Blah blah blah. Big tough dude. Hilarious guy for sure, but big tough guy, right?
Right.
I saw a video of him getting that COVID test, and he was screaming like, ah! Now, I didn't scream, but I was definitely like, because they did, I wasn't sure, like they did do it in both nostrils, right? And they just put it up there, like all the way up, like probably like that far. I don't know if you can see. If you can see, yeah, like up to my top of my forehead. And then they held it there for like a couple seconds. Then they pull it out, and then they go to the next nostril, and they do that one.
Oh, no,
so
why?
It sucked, but it wasn't like, it was like more of like a wincing pain, like okay, it's done. And then after like my nose just felt like violated. No, it felt like, I don't know I don't know how to say this, but maybe if you were doing some kind of drugs all night and then the next day you were, recovering, and your nose feels all dried out and hollow.
Yeah.
That's how it felt. Not that I do drugs. Yeah.
Or do you? No, I'm joking.
I've partied before. I'm not going to lie about that. So it's one of those things, man. I'm glad I got it over with, though. I was like, man, I just got to get this over with, and because I was dreading the COVID test. I'm not really dreading the colonoscopy on Monday, but I am. So Sunday I got to like drink these drinks. I can't like have anything but water. I can have Jello, certain colors of Jello. I think I have green Jello. I can't have like red or whatever. But so Sunday's gonna suck because they give you that stuff and it flushes you out. So I'm gonna be in the bathroom a lot. But then the actual thing on Monday should probably be easy peasy.
Yeah. So what do they? You're gonna have to tell me what they do because I'm afraid.
I'm not exactly sure. I think they sedate you or have you go to sleep. Like I don't think it's like a real surgery, go to sleep, but they have you really out of it, and then it's like. Right up the chute there, and
The old poop shoot.
Yeah. And then I don't know. I think I've heard like if they find like polyps and stuff, that they'll snip right then and there. So yeah. So Monday, I mean, it just depends. Like I could come out of it like, hey, everything's great. I get a day off now. I'm gonna watch TV and stuff, or it'll be like,
right,
it hurts.
Right.
I heard it doesn't hurt too bad though if they snip the polyps, but
oh God, my booty hurts now.
I wonder if everybody listening is like, what?
Right.
The heck?
This is supposed to be a nerd show.
Yeah. I mean, it's nerdy to talk about things going up your butt, right?
I don't think so.
I don't even think, yeah, no, it's not nerdy. It's just whatever.
It is sciencey though.
There you go. Science. But no, I just mean kind of like we get, as nerds, we get the rap of like talking about gross stuff,
right,
burgers and stuff like that. Like not, I don't know any nerds that sit around talking about gross stuff except for colonoscopies.
Yeah.
So maybe I shouldn't paint all of us nerds in that brush. All right, Cameo. Let's see. What do you want to do here? Let's talk about season 2 of The Boys.
The Boys.
Now, we might get a little spoilery, but we won't spoil this week's episode, which was the last one. Okay.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
But I will tell you, in honor of Homelander, I have no pants on underneath the table here.
Oh, okay. That's why you turned off the camera when you were situating. Okay.
Yeah. I feel like that would be definitely something Homelander would do.
Yes.
Homelander is a freak. Okay?
Yes.
Let's just say that. Like last season we knew he was, he was a bad dude. He was crazy, or mentally unstable, however you want to say that. And he was raised by doctors and stuff. He wasn't given like love. I think the lady that was kind of his mother figure and him were getting it on. So yeah, it's just all weird with him. But this season, every episode got weirder, I feel like, for him.
Yeah, I think, because I can't remember if it was in the last episode or the episode before last, when he's talking to his son, Ryan, about how he didn't have parents.
Right.
He didn't have the love. So, I think that is why he is the way he is, just like you said. And then, like his mother figure, they were, getting it on. And, him saying that, and obviously this is true. The dude is scary.
Yeah.
Whether he turned out to be a good person with morals or not, like, you're a very bad dude.
Yeah. Yeah. And the thing about him is, you keep, because you think, oh well, we're about to have like maybe a touching moment between father and son here, where he loves his son. But really, I don't think he loves his son as much as he just wants to be loved by everyone. He wants to be loved by his son. He wants to be loved by the whole world.
Right.
And then,
he's a narcissist.
Right. Exactly. And not to get into everything that happened in the last episode, but I mean, you really find out that that's his main thing, is he just really cares about himself.
Yeah. And you can kind of see that too, whenever, I can't remember if it was like the 3rd or 4th episode, or maybe even the 5th, where Stormfront was getting the spotlight.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And he was like, wait, no, I'm the leader. Like I'm the one.
Do you think that that's why he pursued like a relationship with her? Because it was kind of like a way of not giving up the spotlight. Like at least maybe they can be standing next to each other. And then also like, obviously I feel like he wanted to, try to learn, because she was a lot more technologically advanced as far as using social media to connect to fans and stuff. And of course, he throughout the season, he's kind of dealing with a little bit of a, he's not considered to be horrible, except for there was one scene where I think it was a dream sequence or something where I was like, he's finally like the evilest bad guy that we knew he was. But
yeah, where he just mows the crowd.
Yeah. And so, I think Homelander, man, he is the most interesting character on that show because he's so out there. Like, okay, so we go back a couple episodes where we think that Elizabeth Shue's character is still alive.
Yeah.
And we find out that no, he's got doppelganger pretending to be her.
Yeah.
And then doppelganger is like, okay, I can't remember if Homelander was like, nah, I don't want to do this today. And so doppelganger was like, well, I know who you would want to, I know who you're most attracted to.
Right.
It turns into Homelander. And for a second, it looks like Homelander is about to get it on with himself.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh.
I was like, no,
it's
not doing it.
But like from a psychological standpoint, that is so hilarious. Like this deep dive into like how sick Homelander is. And then I won't say what he was doing in the last episode. It cracked me up even as it like made me go, ugh. But let me just say, for those who have seen it and those who are going to watch it, just because you can do whatever you want doesn't mean you should.
No, not at all.
Yeah.
No.
So there's that.
No.
Other characters, the Butcher, loved him. I love Carl Urban.
Yeah.
Carl Urban is he's got like a great career. He's got to be in Star Trek. He's got to be in Thor. Was he in Star Wars somewhere? Because I feel like he made a cameo, and we might not have known about it. I'm gonna look that up. But he's in the Star Trek.
Star Trek, yeah.
Yeah.
You did say that, right?
Yeah, but I was like, didn't he make a cameo in one of the last Star Wars movies?
I can't remember.
I thought that I heard that. But he's great. I love him in everything he's done. What else was he in? He's in something else that I was like, that was him? I'm gonna look it up. But he's great in this show. He's a badass. He's from New Zealand, so I think anybody from New Zealand is automatically cool. Steven Adams.
He's been in a lot of stuff.
The Lord of the Rings.
Yep.
I didn't even realize he was in Lord of the Rings. The Chronicle of Riddick, The Bourne Supremacy, Doom.
He was in Thor Ragnarok. He was Scourge.
Yeah, he was the guy that was watching the gate or whatever, and so when he was trying to impress the ladies with his big old machine guns, remember?
Yeah.
And he was hilarious.
Dez and Troy.
I didn't realize he was Judge Dredd in Dredd.
Yeah.
I didn't see the new Judge Dredd.
Yeah, that one's pretty good. I liked it.
No, I guess maybe. Yeah, he was in Star Wars: The Rise of Skywalker. He was just a voice.
Oh, okay.
So I can't remember the guy. He's kind of a chubbier guy, but he's in Star Trek, Star Wars. He's in everything J.J. Abrams does. You know who I'm talking about? You would know his face.
Yeah. But
Carl Urban's like that. Like he gets to be in all this cool stuff. And The Boys is great, and he's got a cool character. I love what he told the kid in the last episode. I won't repeat it.
But if you know the Butcher, then you know his favorite word.
Yeah. Somebody I saw a thing that somebody was like, they were saying, if you are mad, because I guess people were mad that he uses that word so much. They were like, well, if you were like around Australia, or I guess maybe New Zealand, because he's from New Zealand, they use that word very liberally, is what these people were saying. So they were like, you can't really get that bent out of shape about it. I personally didn't take offense to it because it's funny coming from him. Like you get, it's kind of like, I don't know, it's a running joke with him.
Is it just me, or is his accent like super thick?
It is super thick.
Do you he did that on purpose? Because I don't feel like that's his actual accent. I mean, I know he has an accent, but I mean, that's pretty thick.
I bet it's probably thick. He doesn't do that accent and all the other stuff.
No, that is also true. Yeah. Yeah.
Sometimes, like I say, Steven Adams, and for people who don't watch basketball or whatever, he's a Thunder's center, the Oklahoma City Thunder's center, and he's from New Zealand. And sometimes when he's talking, I'm like, what did you just say?
Right.
But New Zealanders, I don't know. They seem like they have, based off the 3 that I've seen on TV and met in person, they seem like they have a easygoing kind of, disposition. But yeah, Huey. I like Huey a lot in this season. I thought he was really good. He's Dennis Quaid's son, right? Dennis Quaid. There's 2. Randy Quaid's the crazy one that lives up in Canada now, right? The one that was in the Christmas Vacation and all that, I think. And then Dennis Quaid is the one. He's more of the handsome kind of, Dennis Quaid. He's more like, the typical movie star, where Randy Quaid's kind of more of like the comedic.
Gotcha.
So, but Huey, I can't remember now what his name was in real life. He's Dennis Quaid's son.
Jack Quaid.
Jack Quaid, yes. I like him as an actor. I've seen him in several shows and movies now, and I think he's up and coming for sure.
Oh yeah, especially after this.
There's a lot of times where like he looks just like his dad, and sometimes he doesn't. Yeah, it's interesting. But I thought he did really good, and like I say, Jack Quaid's up and coming. I think that, and like I say, we're kind of going spoilerish, but not really. I don't think we've seen the last of Stormfront.
No, I will say no, because it's going to get spoilery. So never mind. I'm not going to say it.
Maybe. Well, I don't know. I don't know how much we should spoil it, because we're not coming back to this. This is it. We're not going to do 5 more shows about it. So
that's also true.
But there are spoilers that I don't know. So it just came out yesterday, so I feel like by the time this goes up on Sunday or Monday, most people will have watched it, because I have to watch it as soon as possible. But I don't want to mess it up for people. So
okay, so what we'll do is I'm gonna say spoilers.
You know what?
What?
Let's save it for our live show.
Okay.
And then that way we can get like some of the other people involved with the conversation and what they think. And so write it down in your little notes.
Okay.
And then we'll revisit that. How about that?
All right. Sounds good.
And let's just tell everybody kind of what we've been thinking about. And this is it's still up in the air. We're kind of just, I'm starting to feel better as far as my health crisis I had in July. I'm not getting as tired as I was, and yada, yada, yada. So I'm feeling a lot better, and we've been trying to kind of figure out whether we want to do a weekly show or, and what we're kind of tossing around right now is maybe doing like 2 video live shows a month. Yeah. Where we do it and we record it with people, commenting and all that like we used to, and I love doing that. Mm-hmm. The only problem is that when we do it by Zoom like this, it's hard to do it live and then broadcast it live, because I think it eats up like a
whole bunch of bandwidth.
Yeah. So that's kind of the idea. And then the other 2 weeks, we might just put up like an audio only podcast where we talk about whatever, you listen to it, boom, boom, boom. I don't have to edit it, blah, blah, blah. Because, man, I hear people doing podcasts. They do like 2 or 3 a week, but it's all audio. And we could do audio all day long and just snap, put it up. Right. We could do 5 days a week probably. Yeah. But I like doing the videos too. And I feel like the people that watch the show and listen to it do like the videos. So we're going to continue doing that. But I was thinking maybe we could do more content that way if we do two videos and 2 regular audio podcasts. And then you get one every week.
Sounds good.
Yeah. So we'll revisit that. Now, The Boys, I'm gonna give it. We go out of 3 Kevin Smiths, right? I'm gonna give it all 3. I'm gonna give it 3 crying Kevin Smiths.
Yeah, dude. Like there was no lull points in this whole season, like none.
And that's the let's end it on that then, because you give it 3 then as well.
Yeah.
8 episodes, not enough.
No,
not enough.
No.
However, way better than like 20 episodes where 5 of them are filler.
Yeah, very true.
They
very
pack
true.
a punch in those 8 episodes.
Yes, they do. And like I love, like I said, there was no lull points, and I love that about The Boys. It was, obviously it picked up from last season. We know what's going on. Then we get introduced to a new character.
Yeah,
a
couple.
Yeah, but the main ones.
Yes.
The main ones.
Yeah.
So we get Stormfront. We don't know who she is. There's like 2 episodes where we find out who she actually is. And
I'll just say, at first I thought Stormfront was hot, and now I don't.
Yeah, like I don't know, something about somebody being a racist just Yeah.
Which I think before this episode they were starting to allude to that whole background on her, right? So that's not necessarily a spoiler or anything.
No.
But yeah, man, like
because she was like Lady Liberty or something. But yeah. Again, it was just no down points.
It was in the whole. And back to that though, there was even like a little bit of a part where she started to kind of go into like that, her white nationalist kind of ethos and or her philosophy or whatever. And Homelander kind of gives her a look like, as bad as I am, I'm not even that bad.
right. Because it was funny because whenever that was happening, he goes, when she was like, it's called white genocide. We were like, huh?
Yeah.
He was like,
he gave her a look like,
he was like, well, all right, well, let's use that then.
like I'm not going to really go there, but I'll allow it, I guess.
Right.
He's hitting it. Oh, man. But yeah, so really great. I thought season 2 was great. I loved how every show like ended on something that you were like, man, that was awesome. I got to wait till next week. I don't want to wait till next week, but I can't wait. So
yeah, but now we got to wait a whole year. So
oh my god, or more. Like how long is it going to be?
Yeah,
with the COVIDs,
that's true. Well, I'd say everybody's kind of. I'm not saying lax, like it's not going to be there anymore. I'm thinking that what's going to happen is they're going to still keep the film schedule, because I heard, what was it? A couple of the CW shows are either starting to record for the new seasons, or they're going to either they're starting now or they're going to start in like a couple of months. So yeah, it's I think they're not going to hold off because actors still got to get paid.
Yeah.
And but yeah, I hope it's next year around this time that we get another season.
Right. Let me ask you this, Cameo. So you were talking about CW, and so we'll move on from The Boys now. But Supergirl. Is it getting another a last season, or is it done?
Yes, it's getting a last season. This season 6, I believe it is its last season, and they I'm not, from what I've read, it's sounding like that they're going to be focusing on Superman, and I guess it's going to be called Clark and Lois, or I don't know, Superman and Lois. But yeah, it's going to be focused on them. So I guess there's not going to be enough room for 2 super people.
Oh, you mean there's going to be another show?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought you meant the last season of Supergirl was going to focus on that. I was like, "Ooh, that's."
Oh no.
If I'm Michelle, is it Michelle Benoist, or how do you say her?
Melissa.
Oh,
Benoist.
Melissa. Yeah. If I'm her, I'm like, nah.
Right. Now I don't know if she's going to have, going to stop by, here and there. But yeah, her show is going away for sure.
this is kind of tabloidish, but I read something where like her boyfriend or ex-boyfriend, and I can't remember who he is. He's somewhat famous too, right? Do you know who it is?
Well, I don't know if they're exes still, but I know he was on the show with her and her love interest. If it's the same guy we're talking about.
Well, did you see like it's come out that he's been abusing her and stuff? Whoever that was?
I don't know if it's that guy. I don't know if it's that same guy though.
Oh, okay. But I'm like, hey, you know, how do you abuse Supergirl? I mean, she should just whip your butt. But man, like I say, that's more tabloidish news right there that I just saw. But I was like, man, that's terrible. But so Supergirl's going away. Here's what also kind of surprises me about that.
It might have been her
Blake Jenner. That's who it was.
Blake, yeah. Is he related to
the other Jenners? I don't know. I didn't know exactly knew who he was.
Yeah, Chris Wood is her new husband.
Oh, okay. So he's good. He's a good one then.
Yeah.
For now anyway. But yeah, Blake Alexander Jenner. I don't really know. It doesn't say he's related to them. Let's see. No. Nope, I don't think he is.
Nope. Okay.
So, anyhow, moving on. Let's talk about Spider-Man.
Spider-Man.
Yeah. That's right, Spider-Man.
Mm-hmm.
So we got a few bits of news that came out, and we'll kind of talk about first. Let's hit on this. Jamie Foxx.
Yes.
He played Electro in which Spider-Man movie?
Amazing Spider-Man 2 with Andrew Garfield.
See, that's why I didn't know, because actually I really liked the first Andrew Garfield Spider-Man movie, and I wasn't a big fan of the Tobey Spider-Man trilogy. Mm-hmm. Even though I love Sam Raimi, like there's lots of things. I guess I just don't like Tobey Maguire.
But I liked it.
I've seen other movies he's in too that I've liked. I don't know. Something about it. But anyway, I like the Andrew Garfield version, the first one. The second one, I think I turned it on for about 30 minutes and was like, nah. And then, of course, I've liked all the Tom Holland movies.
Right.
But so Jamie Foxx might be coming back, though, as Electro in a Tom Holland movie. Is that what I'm hearing?
That's what it sounds like, yeah.
So what that means is, does that mean that so does that mean he's from the Tobey Maguire universe and now he's in Tom Holland's, or he's, Tom Holland's the Spider-Man that Tobey Maguire was? You see what I'm saying? Like, is this going to lead to a Spider-Verse? That's what I'm asking.
I would say it would have to be, because one, the Multiverse of Madness, the Doctor Strange 2 movie, that's going to be coming out, a couple months after Spider-Man 3. It's going to have to, I think that's where we're going to find out that there is a real multiverse, or we're going to see that there's going to be a multiverse version, unless, they really liked Jamie Foxx's performance of Electro and was like, hey, we're going to use you in Tom Holland's Spider-Man's movies.
Yeah.
That could happen that way.
I mean, Jamie Foxx is still a huge star.
Oh yeah. So I'm thinking, like, I would love for Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire to team up against the Sinister Six. Maybe this might be part of a Sinister Six beginning, because they kind of teased it at the end of the Amazing Spider-Man 2 movie. So that's what I'm hoping. I did like. I just wish, I can't remember his name, but the guy that played Dr. Octopus, if there's a way they can bring him back to play Dr. Octopus again, I would love it.
From the Tobey Maguire?
Yeah. It was the Spider-Man 2.
It was, wasn't it Willem Dafoe?
No, he was Green Goblin.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah. You're right. I don't know. I'm trying to think. I can't think of who it was then.
Yeah, I can't remember.
But like I said, that's where maybe I need to go back and watch those Tobey Maguire movies, because
Spider-Man 2 was, I would say,
which one is he dancing?
That's Spider-Man 3.
Ugh, that whole Okay, is Spider-Man 2 the one with James Franco?
Well, James Franco was in all of them.
Oh, he was. Okay.
Yeah, but he.
Which was
Spoiler
the
alert.
one with?
He ends up a bad guy in the third one.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, okay. So that was the third one, and because that was the one with Sandman too, right?
Yep.
Okay.
They had Venom, Sandman, and the Goblin.
Oh yeah, Venom. Was
Topher Grace.
Topher Grace, the worst Venom.
Yes.
I mean, he's not that bad, but Tom Holland looks a lot more like Venom than skinny little Topher Grace.
Right.
But I love Topher Grace. So okay. So, but you think Spider-Man 2 was the one to watch?
Out of the Tobey Maguire ones, yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, hey, I might check it out. But so the other thing that we were thinking, another reason why, is that they were saying Benedict Cumberbatch is in the next Spider-Man movie too, right?
Mm-hmm. Right.
So it has to be a multiverse. And
it has to be.
Let me ask you this. Do you think that that's based solely on the immense, I mean, it was hugely popular, the Spider-Verse movie, or do you think they're kind of getting pushed by DC, who's bringing back Michael Keaton, who's doing, you know what I mean, like doing all the stuff that the fans are like, oh, and so now like is Disney and Marvel like, okay, we got some of that in our back pocket too.
Yeah.
Tobey Maguire's not doing nothing.
Right.
Neither is Andrew Garfield.
That very may well be the reason why. But also too, I think it's more of the fact that Marvel has such a huge universe, and so does DC, obviously. But since we're already basically we already have the different universes already with the Tobey Maguire, with the Andrew Garfield, and we've seen how Michael Keaton's Vulture was with Morbius in one of the scenes.
Yeah.
So it's like, why not play on the fact that these universes can cross and make a really good movie, and from what it looks like, Disney knows what they're doing, and with Kevin Feige at the helm with his ideas, I think it's going to be a home run if they do it right. But yeah, I think it might be that they're bringing all these characters from oh my goodness, what is that movie? Not movie. The CW shows when they did the Crisis on on Infinite Earths or whatever. So and they alluded to the Teen Titans on DC Universe. They alluded to everything. The Michael Keaton Batman, the Adam West Batman. So yeah, I mean, why not try to make a live version?
Right. Does Michael Keaton get to be in Spider-Man again, you think? Or is he going to be in Spider-Man and Batman? That'd be awesome. Or the Flash. He's going to be in the Flash, not.
Yeah, I would hope so.
That'd be cool. Yeah, so I mean, this is all still speculation, but I just can't. If it's a swerve, it's going to be one that's going to disappoint a lot of people who are looking at this and saying, this is what it looks like they're doing. I mean, it really does. So,
yeah. And the one thing I do hope doesn't happen is if they make it, oh my goodness. If they make it like the Into the Spider-Verse, like don't let Tobey Maguire come back as like a has-been,
a chubby Spider-Man.
Yeah.
That'd be great. I'd love that.
It would be kind of funny, but like, again, don't do that. Like, I mean, let them,
because
let them be let them be successful in their universe.
Yeah, because here's the thing. Okay. And there's nothing wrong with Andrew Garfield or Tobey Maguire in those movies. I just didn't love those movies. Okay. I think you put Tobey Maguire or Andrew Garfield in these Tom Holland movies, they probably would have done just as good. I just think they were better movies. They were better written. They weren't, whatever. That's what I think. I'm not, I'm not a huge Spider-Man fan, so I'll leave that to you. So to give Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire a chance to get into this new Marvel universe where it is being done right.
Mm-hmm.
That'd be cool to see.
Yeah.
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 So let's hope that happens. Who knows when the next Spider-Man movie is actually going to drop, right?
Right. So I heard it was going to be in 2021 because the Multiverse of Madness, the Doctor Strange 2 movie, comes out the March of 2022.
Mm-hmm.
So
well, that brings me to some other nerd news updates real quick. Wonder Woman, I think, is still going to come out in December, right, of this year?
I think so.
I think Suicide Squad is still next year. But Robert Pattinson's The Batman, I believe, has been moved to 2022 now.
Yeah.
Ugh. I heard Robert Pattinson might have got the COVIDs, and that's why they shut down production.
Yeah, and I also heard too that what might happen is the sequels might not even happen.
Why?
Something with Robert Pattinson. Not sure. I didn't read the full story, but what it looks like, maybe money, maybe the appeal of it. I don't know.
Okay, if this is a good Batman movie, and he doesn't come back, replace him.
Yeah,
just get someone else.
Right.
I mean, because it looks like they're building a world here, like you know, not just a one-off movie.
Yeah,
and I kind of have a feeling. We'll talk about this maybe a little bit further down the road as to why. I kind of have a feeling Joaquin Phoenix's Joker is going to show up in one of the Batman movies, or yeah. And I'll tell you off the air why I think that, and we'll discuss that later.
Okay.
But because I don't want to spoil something else for other people. But yeah. So that's gonna suck. I don't want to wait till 2022.
Right.
I was only holding on to right now because I was like, okay, 2021 will be here, and then we'll get the Batman.
Right.
So, all right, Cameo. So, couple things here. I'm not gonna spend a whole lot of time on it, but
okay.
I did go back to the movie theaters for the first time, and you know what? I was trying to think. I can't even remember what the last movie I went and saw at the theater. Was it Joker? Was it No, it would have had to have been Star Wars if it was.
Yeah.
Star Wars was December, right? What was after that?
I can't remember.
I can't remember either. I may not have gone to the theater since January, or December or January.
Huh.
But anyway, yeah. I went to have you heard of the Flicks Brew House here in Oklahoma City?
Flicks Brew House.
So
where is that?
It's over
oh, yes, I have.
On the Northwest Expressway.
But yeah, Broadway Extension. Yeah.
It's right. It's actually right where Broadway Extension. It's right where I used to work over there at Tyler Media.
Yeah.
Where the Daily Oklahoman used to be and all that.
Mm-hmm.
So it's almost just like Alamo Draft House.
Oh, really?
So you order food and drinks and they bring it right to you.
Oh, that's awesome.
They didn't have like the cool kind of like when we went and saw the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, like before the movie, they didn't do like previews and ads. They just did like cool old TMNT toy commercials and different. You remember that?
Yeah, that was cool.
Yeah, that was cool. So they don't do that here. It's they're still showing those stupid Coca-Cola ads and all that. But but the fact that you can kind of quietly get food sent to you and you don't have to go to the. How many times have you, and I know the answer to this because I've been with you, how many times have you got to the theater and then been late getting in because you had to stop and get your food?
Every time.
Yeah. So it's way cooler that they're going to bring it to you,
Yeah, that's cool.
And here's one thing I kind of like about the whole social distancing thing. So we sat in 2 seats and then you had to have like 2 seats in between you.
Oh,
so people aren't awesome. Right. Yeah. So it's like,
that's awesome.
Like nobody's right next to you and you're not like, okay, I really feel bad eating this, whatever, because I'm like,
right.
During the movie. But, now it's like you got a little space. I kind of like that. So yeah. I really like the Flicks Brew House, and I'm hoping
Okay, I gotta check that out.
Going forward that, we can get back into going to movies. I did see that like Regal and some of the others are closing for good.
What?
And I heard that the one in Midwest City that just opened is already getting foreclosed on because it's millions of dollars behind.
Wow.
That's sad. That's so sad. Like
the Warren Theater?
Yeah.
Wow.
We haven't had a theater in Midwest City since I think they closed Heritage Park Mall. And now the one we got that was awesome. I loved it. Mm-hmm. They didn't bring your food to the table, but
Right.
Now it's gone. It's already gone. So I'm sad about that.
That's
I'm hoping
crazy.
somebody comes in and like maybe bails them out, or I don't know.
Well, because I know AMC I think they filed for bankruptcy, I want to say like a month or two ago or something, or they were planning on closing down as well. So I can't
remember the other one. I don't think it was AMC that I thought I saw was going away for good, but it might have been. But anyway, the movie I went and saw was Tenet. Okay. James Washington, Robert Pattinson's in it. I didn't realize that. Directed by Christopher Nolan. Loved it. I loved it. I've heard a lot of people that were like, like, man, it's really confusing and blah, blah, blah. I didn't think it was all that confusing.
If you understood Inception, then there's no way. Like, you could. I haven't seen it, so I can't really talk. But I will say Christopher Nolan is really good about like twisting things up.
Oh my gosh! Did you ever
making you think?
Did you ever see like his earlier movies, like Memento?
Yes, I love that movie.
Yeah.
That movie was awesome.
Yeah, I think I've loved every. Okay, well, other than his last movie, what was that last movie called? I'll keep blanking on the name of it, but it was kind of like the one in space or whatever.
Was it Interstellar?
Yeah, Interstellar.
I love that movie.
I liked it, but I thought like it kind of got confusing for me a little bit, and I don't get confused that often. Yeah, I was like, what's going on here? This one I thought was a little more complicated than Inception, but not as complicated as Interstellar.
Okay.
Because I don't even know what happened with Interstellar. Did they go through a wormhole? Did they go to an alternate dimension? What the heck?
Yes. Yes.
And to tell you the truth, that's maybe the only Christopher Nolan movie I've only seen the one time. So I probably need to watch it again.
Yeah.
But James Washington, for the longest time, I think I maybe told you this. I watched him on Ballers on HBO with The Rock.
Okay.
And I was like, man, who does this guy remind me of? Like, I just could never put my finger on it. And then when I found out he's Denzel Washington's son, I was like, oh. Because he doesn't necessarily look like him.
No.
But he sounds like him. And he kind of has some of his mannerisms.
Yeah,
some of his way of speaking, his cadence or whatever.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Because I could really tell in Black Klansman.
Yes.
I still have not finished that movie.
That's a great movie.
But yeah, his mannerisms and his mouth and his voice is like all Denzel.
Yeah, for sure. And did you know, like, I guess he was a college football player? I don't even think he was into acting. And he went to he was playing college football, and I guess maybe it ended, and he wasn't going to go further into pros, so he got into acting. And it's like, of course you did. Your dad's Denzel.
Right.
Like, Denzel to me is one of the greatest actors, like,
of all time.
Yeah, yes. Maybe not the top greatest, but in the top 10.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I love Denzel. I love every movie he's in. So, I think James Washington is going to be a superstar as well. I really do. I think he was good in this movie. I just liked it. A lot of action. Some stuff happens where you're like, yes. Nice. Like just the way it ties together. And I would give this movie 2.5 crying Kevin Smiths.
Okay.
I would give it a 3, but I think for the general population, for everybody else, it's more of a 2.5.
Okay.
So I recommend you go. Well, I don't know. I'm not going to tell you to go see it at the theaters because that's on everybody's personal, if they feel comfortable with that. As soon as it's available to rent, everybody needs to rent it.
Yeah.
Oh, that reminds me. Remember how I was telling you about that movie Archive? I saw it like right after I got out of the hospital, and I told you I loved it.
Yeah.
It's on Amazon Prime now. You can watch it for free.
Yeah, I'm upset about that because I bought the movie to watch it.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Did you like it?
Oh, I liked it. Yeah,
It's great, isn't it?
it really is.
It's really good.
Really,
like the music is great, the pacing. Like I said, some of like the look of it kind of looks like a sci-fi type movie, like not sci-fi in like, but on like the network, where you can tell they weren't like spending like the money to put it all in, 35 millimeter, whatever. Like, this one kind of looked like, maybe they were using the 60 frames per second and blah, blah, blah.
It kind of, not giving it anything away. It did have a ending that I wasn't expecting.
It does.
And also too, speaking of Amazon Prime, they do have a show on there that kind of is like the movie, but it's a comedy. It's with Robbie Amell, called Upload.
Yeah, I've heard of that.
It's just like that.
Yeah. What's this other show I was watching with Robbie Amell? Oh,
Code 8?
No. He's in Code 8?
Yeah, him and his cousin, Stephen Amell.
Oh, yeah, Code 8. I was thinking of that other one by the Wachowskis. No, so I didn't see the first movie, but there's a sequel out on Netflix called The Babysitter. And Robbie Amell's in that. You should watch it.
Okay.
It's like a scary movie, but I think you'd dig it. I don't think it's scary like what you would not like.
Okay.
One more thing before we get out of here then, since but you liked Archive, so
yeah.
Man, did you buy the physical or the digital?
The digital.
Oh. Because I was gonna say I'd probably buy it from you, but if you're that upset. But no, it's a great movie, so Utopia, have you seen this yet?
So amazing.
Have you watched all of it?
Yes.
Oh, let's watch it again and do another show. And we'll do a show where we talk about it like we talked about The Boys. Okay. So everybody watching, if you haven't watched Utopia on Amazon, you got to. I'll just tell you, first of all, this was ordered 2 years ago, Cameo. You've seen it. You know what it's about.
Yeah.
Think about that. 2 years ago. And what it's about and how it's relevant today. And as it keeps unfolding and you're like, it goes from, it's almost like a horror movie. Because this is
it really is.
It's like, if this is actually what's happening, oh God. So Utopia on Amazon, it's free to watch. What is it, like 8 episodes?
Yes, 8.
Watch it. And then like our next show, we'll deep dive into it.
Okay, I'm down.
Couple more things that we got coming up. Nuggets coming back. So
whoop, whoop.
We'll have a show around Halloween where me and him do what we did last year. Last year, I think we talked about like horror movies or Halloween movies. And then we did like a Christmas horror movie special, which shouldn't go together, but there are a lot of,
there's movies like that.
Yeah,
so.
there are like where they mix them. It's kind of funny, but, so we're gonna talk more Halloween movies, and we'll actually talk about Hubie Halloween, the new Adam Sandler movie on Netflix. Did you check that one out yet?
I haven't checked it out yet.
I'm gonna watch it again, but my general reaction right now is not so great. Not so great. But me and Nugget are gonna discuss, and then we're also me and you are gonna discuss. Hopefully you get it soon. I picked it up the other day. I haven't played it yet, but Squadrons just came out.
Oh, okay.
And it looks like if you like the Battlefront game, where you had the on the ground missions, and then you had all of the ones up in space where you're flying the ships and stuff. That was my favorite part of that game. So I feel like Squadrons is going to be good. I heard it's a little hard at first. I heard that, but so yeah. So anything else you want to throw out there before we get on out of here? Anything you were watching?
Pretty much watching what you were watching and what we've been talking about. So nothing that I've found. Oh, started Nurse Ratched.
Oh my gosh, that movie or that show is crazy.
Yeah, it's one of for me. It's like I gotta watch it like maybe every other day.
Yeah. Have you seen Fargo yet? The new season of Fargo. Chris Rock's in it. It's pretty good.
I know. I saw the trailers for it.
Have you watched any of the other seasons? Oh man, you should. But but each season doesn't like play on, they're new seasons. They're about a new story, so you don't have to.
Oh, okay.
You don't have to necessarily watch the other ones, but you should.
Okay.
But it's really good. Saturday Night Live is back. Chris Rock hosted it last week.
It was good.
I liked
really
it.
Good.
I liked it. I really liked it. I thought he did good. Of course, it's Chris Rock.
Right.
I'm glad that they're back in the studio because at the end of last season when they were doing some of it was okay. Some of it was okay. But like the weekend updates, those were brutal.
Yeah.
Those were just not translating well the way they were trying to do it. And then like I know one time they tried to have people like as a soundtrack and that didn't work. It was just like, no, it wasn't good. But I'm glad they're back in. I don't know who's on tonight. Actually, no, I can't remember. But there was like a country singer who was supposed to be on, and I guess he was out partying without any COVID protection. So they're like, "You're not on the show."
Yeah, dude. Like I was watching some of the videos. Something Waylon. But anyways, yeah, man, he was just kissing and hugging on all these fans and maybe girlfriend. I don't know who they were, but yeah, I was just like, man, that's crazy. And then the next day, he got canceled.
Yeah, I've actually never heard of him.
Me neither.
Morgan Wallen or Waylon.
Yeah.
I've never actually heard of him. And I listen to some country, not a whole lot, but there's some out there that I kind of like. But yeah, so I don't know who's actually hosting though tonight. But by the time anybody hears this, it'll already be up on Hulu and they can watch it. You don't know, so whatever. All right, Cameo. Well, I think that's a wrap. So
all right,
you know what I always say: put a smile on your face.
Wakanda forever.
This is the way.
Freeze all motor functions.